Okay, welcome guys. We're going to be streaming Zephon today. It's a bit while since I've played the game actually, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. Actually, I'll just put my air conditioner on just before we get started. Yeah, it's funny. It's a beautiful time of the year now, like it's where I live, and it's just and it's actually not hot at all, but I just like to be a bit cool when I'm sort of playing games. So anyway, I'll fire that one up. Yeah, so we'll go through. The game is actually just loading in the background, I think. Just double check. Is it? No, it's not actually at this stage. Just let me double check because they do typically take a bit of time for me to for it to load in. I should just wait until everything loads in before I start doing anything. Just do a Control Alt Escape and just see if it's actually is trying to load. It says it's not. Okay. Wonder why. Well, I'll try it again. I'll just let it. There we go. There we go. Now it's starting. All right. So we've got new DLC. Hi Sev, how you going? And hope everyone is doing well. So we're just going to play this for a couple of hours. Two and a bit hours is what I've got. It does take a while for it to load in, so I'll just see if I can Alt tab across into this, and that was still, yep, so Zephon's still loading in the background there. That's okay. Let's have a look and see what this DLC is all about, because I don't know anything at all about it really. We only sort of found out that it was out yesterday. It's like it's only just released. So new leaders, we've got the Twisted Mother, so take care of our own. I take care of the rest. So this is a voice affinity. Though she isn't aware of it, few have travelled deeper into the voice than she has. Start with voice units and gain early access to voice technologies. Gifts of the voice. When her burning smile is turned to you, you feel so very special. Spend influence to buff your units. The voice is is something that's sort of embracing like. There's three different factions on the planet. Basically, this is Earth. So I said for a second time on Twitch this time. There we go. And hi, Mrs. How you going? And so Mrs. saying you're my playtester. If it is worth £13, yes. Well, we'll find out. I don't know anything at all about this DLC, so we'll sort of figure it all out. 10 administrations. I probably won't bother playing the voice. I've got the Hollow Warlord. This looks more like our style. This is the human affinity. These are sort of trying to protect Earth. The Warlord is a simple man interested in conquest, not cursed magic or alien technology. Start with human units and gain early access to human technologies. We're about to die. I'll keep on going through and have a little look. They've got new units down through there, new operations. It's pretty cool. New items, new outposts, new quests, new mutators, new music. Okay, so just, what is it, just two of the, yes, we've got new leaders. Yeah, sorry, these are all the different new units. Yeah, then we've got the, so these are the different units that are coming. So we've got humans, we've got voice, and we've got cyber, and we've got the Wastelander for the Chiefess as well. New operations, so we've got human, voice, and cyber at tier 3. All right, new items. So I'm going to have to get used to playing the game again, actually. So suicide drone, stolen flesh from the voice, and then the ICAR fluid reflector. So cyber is one of the three factions. The Erebus extractor, new outposts. Okay, so these are different outposts we can then find. New quests, which will be out and about. New mutators. Okay, so these are things you can then set up for your game. Yep. All right. Cool. Anyway, we'll just get into it. We'll just wait for the game to load. So it does take a little while for it to load in. So this is saying I just saw Zephon and DLC and bought it and I haven't played it yet. This is saying sadly no crazy high tier units. I sort of like the thing I'm probably looking for is to look for some more randomized end game stuff in the game, to be honest. So it's the one aspect of the game which is good for balance, but I don't mind games that sort of accelerate away and you end up basically just winning quickly at the back end rather than having sort of things that then sort of do come through. I've got patch notes in here as well. It's been a long time since I've actually played the game. So, okay, so yeah, this is just the different bug fixes over time. So when was the last time I played? It probably was around about the release, you know. I'm guessing that all of these have actually come in since I actually have played the game. So there's been a lot of updates, which is good to see, actually. So let's just pretend that we've read all of these. And we'll then continue on. We'll close that one off. So, and we'll just go into new game. So, now playing it on through here, we've got the basic parameters, then we've got the advanced parameters, and then we've got the mutators in through there. So we've got a few new mutators with the DLC. I will just keep it with random AI, with what we actually have. The game visibility, we'll just make it single player. So we'll just go that way. Difficulty, I'll keep it on medium, I think. Yeah, medium looks about right. World size, I'll keep on medium as well. So it's a 43 by 43. I know that some of you like to see what size you can play up to. So that's 62 by 62 is recommended for 8 players. 6 players is 53 by 53. 4 players is 43 by 43. And then we've got like 3 players at 37 by 37. And then tiny is 30 by 30 for 2 players. But we'll play it with 4 players. And landmass, this is the amount of land tiles. I'll keep that on medium as well. Game speed, we'll just keep that on standard, I think. I often like to go slow. So just production costs, research costs, and how quickly new quests trigger. I don't mind slow play, you know, in these games, but I'll keep it on standard for now. I won't bother restoring the defaults. Advanced parameters, so the twisted and the hollow. So if we go and turn that one on, so we'll keep that one on there, of course, just so we've got the new DLC in there. Quest pace, just how quickly new quests trigger, or if at all. Yeah, I don't like quests in these sorts of games, to be honest, so I've got them turned off. I'm going to keep them where that, like, off, I think. I think I prefer to not have them. Escalation pacing is just going to be standard, so just how quickly the escalation towards the finale progresses, and if at all. Actually, that's... this is cool, so I can actually turn that off as well. That means we just play without the end game, and I think I prefer that with these sorts of games. It's like I tend to turn them off. Like I'm thinking of Distant Worlds 2 and things like that. I like the game to be the game without having sort of like an abstracted way of finishing it off, like with an end game assault. I think I'm just going to choose none for this actually, which is I guess unusual for this game. Fixed teams don't allow players to change war or alliance status. I'll leave that one. I'll keep that one off, just so we can use diplomacy. Victory requires defeating NPCs. Defeating the NPC Anchorite Chiefess Zephon is required to win an elimination. Yeah, I'll leave that one on. So I'm guessing we have to then defeat all of them. Avoid duplicating random factions. Yes, we'll try that one. So we'll end up with different leaders across here. Simultaneous turns, yep, that's fine, where everyone just moves together. Actually, do we want that? If enabled, all players act together. If disabled, only players at the same team act at the same time. Disabling will also cause AI turns to take longer, albeit have better moves. In that case, we'll disable that, because I'm thinking again of Gladius, the combating Gladius. It's sort of... like to have simultaneous turns, I think is a bit too much with that, and I think this game is very similar in terms of its combat, so I think I'll keep that one off. Turn timer I'll set to none, of course, because we'll be looking at things in a bit of depth here. I've got adaptive turn timer. Scales the turn timer with the numbers of cities and units. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if we've got it turned off anyway. Starting resources on medium, that'll be okay. Resource cost medium. Resource upkeep's medium. Population growth is on medium. Research cost medium. Required technologies per tier 3 I think is fine. Again, very much like Gladius in that sort of sense. Maximum technology tier. I wouldn't mind playing with these aspects of the game at some point. And you can give yourself a bit of a boost and at least start off with the first tier if you wanted to, or up to the full amount if you didn't want to be doing any research at all. Okay, then we've got the different densities. So I'll go with the Chief Des, Anchorite, and Zephon city densities of medium. That's okay. Wildlife density will be medium. Cache, I'll keep all of these things just on medium. Bleed density, yeah, I'll keep that on medium as well. I was tempted to move that one down lower, just so we didn't have to deal with it. Forest density, yeah, brush, rocks, blah, 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 all of that stuff. You'll just keep all of that basically on default. God, there's a lot, isn't there? And yeah, it's good. There's our world seed. So just go to the mutators. So this one here is doubled loyalty effect. Units have additional action point. Can anything redeem this horror? Purchase units from NPCs is 50% cheaper. Can free will exist? So weapon damage is randomized. This is actually new. So some of these are new. Can love be moral? So you can bring these things in. Did honor, balance, greed. If you cancel an agreement, you become untrustworthy forever. Did my death mean anything? Double morale damage from death. So locked, non-neutral units lose 55% hit points each turn when outside of allied cities or outposts. Ooh, boy, that would be tricky. That would be tricky. God, that would really change things up. That would make the human faction one of the human factions very, very powerful. I'm tempted to, no, I won't play it. Unification matter, so non-deformity biological units then that die become neutral deformities. There we go. Must be suffer. So God, this is actually great. This is really, really good. Damage is divided between all adjacent allies. No. No, that's like at the moment the way it works is when damage comes in, it goes against pretty much just the first unit in a group. To split it between all of them means that you're going to then end up with a full group that you can then sort of bring back to life, essentially, like in terms of the combat power. But then when it dies, the whole unit will then die in one go. So I think I'd prefer to keep that one off. Was perfection worth it? Unlimited acquisition range, trial acquisition? No, I won't do that. What are you? So you can only research technologies at your affinity or no affinity. What is the price of liberty? Where are we? So all tiles are explored from the start. I mean, in one sense, that can be fun, like just to say you know where to go, but I think I'll keep that off as well. So killing decreases morale. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting, but we won't play with any of those. What we'll do is we'll just go across to select our leader. So we've got the emulated mind, the fallen soldier. This is the one that ends up getting extra points. Then we've got the furtive tribunal. This is a voice affinity. So we've got cyber, we've got human, and then we've got voice. And one of the interesting things about the game is that you can then sort of mix and match depending on what opportunities you actually have. So Heartless Artificer, these are all, the Hollow Warlord is one of the new ones. I'm sort of thinking of just playing as him. So without going through the others, then we've got sort of like more human affinity, but with different bonuses, different ways of playing. Another human affinity back through there. Cyber affinity back that way. Twisted Mother is voice affinity. And then the Untold Prophet down through here is also another voice affinity. So I'm going to go with Hollow Warlord. So I'll read this one. So, human affinity. The Warlord is a simple man interested in conquest, not cursed magic or alien technology. Start with 1 engineer, 1 militants, and 2 scramblers, and gain early access to human technologies. So we're about to die, which is the same as the fallen soldier, I think. Do they have it? No, they've got leave no man behind. All right, so we have... we are about to die. So the adventures of the warlord and his soldiers are told and retold in the city streets, as long as the blood keeps flowing. Every turn that your units kill or die, your city's loyalty increases, but otherwise decreases. Okay, that's going to be interesting. So we have to be fairly aggressive. Tales of the Hunt. The Tales of the Warlord's endless campaign spread far and wide. Attacking gives influence. Okay, that's cool. Restless. So the sharp-toothed townsfolk will not stand for idle warriors, and will not feed them either. Units in cities and outposts have increased upkeep, and we gain less from trading pacts. All right, and then Horde Mandate, elite. So when the warlord masses his forces for war, they attack with vigour, eager to prove themselves to him, spend influence to grant troops in a large area a bonus to attacks and movement. I came and conquered, I will again. I like that. Anyway, that's all the backstory through there. We won't bother reading all of that. Just read a few of the comments before we get going. Actually, I'll just go and close that one. So we'll play as him. So we're playing with blue. Yeah, that's okay. We should be able to change the colour there. No, I can't see it there. That's all right. Not that it really matters. I wonder why we can't actually. That's there it is. Yeah, select team, select difficulty. That's just gonna be the difficulty. That's gonna be the team. It's funny. I would have thought. Oh, there's the colour there. Yeah, so we can choose red or blue, but I'll keep it on blue. I'll just keep it there. That's fine. So Istar is saying the man with the welding goggles looks like Boris the animal from Men in Black. I haven't watched Men in Black for such a long time. Hi Munkastrap, how you going? And Scarab is then saying, hi Daz, I really enjoyed Gladius. How do you find this in comparison? It's actually really good. It's sort of one of those things where superficially people think it's just a reskin of Gladius, but there's so much more that goes on. I would love them to make a Gladius 2 based on Zephon. Zephon's got like better, it's better in nearly every way except for the immersion of having the Warhammer units. So it is actually a much better game. So Grimlex is saying, nice Zephon time. Glad to see it. Yeah, look, it's turning off. Like one of the complaints I did have with the game was the being forced into an end game. That like in the game itself, which is interesting. But in this case, I'm glad we can turn that off. Now, I've got a lot of comments here on YouTube. Okay, so Diamond saying, have a great day-night, Daz, and I've been playing Badlands Crew. I don't know that one. Sharky Mouth saying, hi all, do we know if this is good yet? Well, the DLC is actually rated about 90% from the people who have left. It's only just come out yesterday, but already it's people have been playing it enough to give it ratings. Now, that may not mean anything. It may be beta testers that have actually just bounced in and, sort of fanboy type stuff, but it can be interesting, but usually they're still pretty accurate. And I think for a game like this, I would be saying that that people do like the DLC. I would assume. Okay, so Mice is saying we know that 1.10 will boot up. That is as much as we know yet in their regards. Yeah. Yes, it's good. There we go. So Hugh David saying hello, Daz and chat. Yes, Zephon time. Chris is saying I'm the opposite. Daz, I like side quests and stories in my Forex games, like them without two, but quite like them as well. I find they push you in different ways, and I just don't really want that. I just want to have pure combat. That's what I'm looking for. Wars of Games is saying, guys, 46 watching and 6 likes. Help Daz out and punch that like button. Thank you for that one. Michaelson saying, hello, Daz and chat. Hi, Michael. And hi, Adrian, as well. Michael's then sort of saying... well, this one I haven't seen much of, so I will hit the like button on this one. Thank you for that one. The lore in this game is epic. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. It's sort of funny. Like, again, I love the Warhammer, Gladius stuff. I just love the immersion of it, and but this one does have much better aspects to it. You'll see when we get into it. Laura, yeah. So Cian Sanders saying, just picked this up myself, playing Warlord. There we are. Ned Land is saying, hi tacticians, there we are. So hi Ned. Right, let's get started.
We were not ready for their divine judgment. We were tested, and almost everyone just...
So this is the backstory, but I find this really bad, like in terms of presenting the game. Like, I think I'm just going to press escape here because I really find that whole, like, it's a backstory. Essentially what happens here is that the Earth, and we're playing on sort of like a mutated Earth, is the backstory of the actual game itself. I don't know where the best place is to find the information about that, but it's in essence we've got like this almost like aliens have sort of crash landed on Earth essentially, and their ship has contaminated the Earth. The Earth is so that you can see this, like you've got this sort of like this bleed, which essentially is like wireweed from Gladius, but it does grow in this world, so it'll actually sort of expand like sort of randomly through the actual world itself. So you do have to sort of control that. The voice units are more aligned with trying to embrace what the alien presence has brought. It's also mutated the animals of the land as well. So we'll end up with sort of like mutated alien type animals on Earth that we then have to sort of go and deal with. So the voice is more aligned, trying to sort of make it work with the aliens. The humans, who's what we're playing, are sort of like against all of this and just want to essentially sort of reclaim the Earth for humanity. And then the cyber units are like an AI that's gone rogue, and so they've actually they're now trying to defeat the humans and defeat it's sort of defeat, because we now have, unlike Gladius, we've also got diplomacy, so you can form connections between the different groups. So playing as a human, I can actually still move into the voice affinities if I needed to, but they cost me a little bit more than if I started off as a voice affinity. So we've got different aspects about the game, and it all depends on what you end up what advantages you end up with over through here. And so parts of these actually then relate to different things. So for example, algae is much more aligned with the voice or with the aliens. Food is more aligned with the humans, and then chips are more aligned with the cyber. So these are the different resources, and the resources in this one are more global, like rather than what they were in Gladius. So that's one of the big differences. We've got influence and we've got research. Now we're supposed to be killing things every turn, so we're going to need to sort of make sure that we keep everyone sort of together, just to sort of keep on going. Initially it won't matter that much, but we do get benefit by doing that. We'll have another look at our benefits as we go. So we're in the top right corner of the world. One thing I like to do is the same keyboard shortcuts work as for Gladius. So it will look a little bit like Gladius when you start to sort of play the game, but it really is really quite different once you sort of start to get into it. There's a volcano there, which will actually sort of mean that these tiles are going to be pretty useless. What have we got through there? We've got a Temple of Kralar, which is a capturable outpost. And so you can see through there that one's going to provide a little bit of algae, a little bit of food, extra food and algae inside the cities, and generates Madrigal of Kralar every 10 turns. That'll be some sort of event that we can then trigger, I think. And plus 4 hit points to target allied units. Okay, so we'll have a look at that one. Up through here we've got ourselves a recycling tanks, which will be more for algae. Down this way we've got a minerals, so we've got the crystal basin back down this other side, and we don't really know, like this has got an arc discharge. Maybe what we should do is to explore the world a little bit more effectively. Just look at these different things. So crystal basin has been discovered. So this one here is a mineral-rich mining hubs. Didn't just make the good resources, blah blah blah, and so we end up with essentially different bonuses there, but mainly going to be minerals. This sort of thing, the 17% protection by being in there, is standard for any of these that we come across. So the crystal basin is basically just a mineral-rich hub. So we'll close that one off. This one here is the Temple of Kralar. So cultists walking the path of Kralar could smell these places from a mile away. So it's more of a voice affinity by the looks of things. They said their God blessed them with gifts here, provided food, algae, and healing to this weary flock. Wasn't convinced. Yeah, blah 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 through there. And generates, I'm not sure what that does. There's no tool tip that sort of goes over the top of those. Volcanic discovered. So these are features. Essentially, we've got after the fulcrum cracked, the tectonic plates apart. There was a volcanic activity across the globe. Way more, yeah, blah blah blah. And again, in through here, we've got 3 building slots, and we get extra minerals by being on the volcanic terrain. So that's going to be sort of in around through here. So that's the volcanic terrain. Arc discharge discovered. That's where we sort of found it on the other side. And so in this case, we end up with taking plus 10% damage, and we end up with getting self-damage as well. So so we have to be careful of that. That's going to be a bit of a negative in through this area through here. So this is a bit of a a call back to something that's sort of gone wrong in a cyber sense. Forest was discovered, so just standard forest. So we get a little bit more minerals from that one. And that will be back over there. Construct. So this is, in this case, we end up with plus 20% chips by, now that's, that should be a location. Where is that? Is that it there? Yeah, that's a construct location there. So this is sort of like a cyber area that could actually work for cyber. Human cache discovered. So in this case, this is like a goodie haul, like where you can sort of go in and grab stuff. So it gives random human rewards, and so there's different rewards that we can get. And so there's a whole range of different types of things we can get from these particular rewards. In this case, the human reward, human cache is going to, has got the chance to even to spawn units, which would actually be pretty good. So that is right there inside the wireweed. So we'll go and grab that. Or not the wireweed, bleed. I'm going to keep on calling it wireweed. So the voice tendrils bled out from one reality into our own, prying open a door of madness. So in this case, we end up with less building slots. So movement cost is then blocked and then deals damage every turn. So when we move onto the bleed, it's going to then sort of grab hold of us, and the unit that ends up there is not going to be able to really move off. We've got a road discovered. Now we can build roads in Zephon, which we can't do in Gladius. So the first night after we set up roads, we've constructed, blah, blah, blah. It just means that our movement is going to be faster. And so being able to build roads is actually pretty cool, the way it sort of does work. The window of whisperers discovered. Now this is actually a region. So, and what this is, the way that it works, just like in Gladius, this will be like an algorithm for this region to set up, for example, more like Arctic. We've got an Arctic. It's an Arctic region that we have the window of whispers. Rocks discovered. So in this case, we end up with less building slots but more minerals if we do sort of build on top of that, which we'll do when we start to look at building cities. Brush discovered, which is going to also then just provide extra food but doesn't block building. Ruins discovered, which we can sort of see down through here. So ruins are going to give us extra minerals, less building slots, blocks sight from non-adjacent tiles. So very much like the ruins in Gladius again. So there are a lot of similarities, of course, with Gladius. The Arctic was discovered, which is what we have through there. And so we end up with more research if we build in the Arctic. So that's actually a good thing, because we do want to do that one. So that even just, I didn't realise that was what Arctic was going to give us. I can see it there when I hover over there. So that one's got Arctic and rocks, and so this one here, the rocks then take away one of our building slots. You can see it's got like two next to the little three lines that come off in the hexagon, and so that just means two building slots. The rocks take away one of the building slots but provide 20% extra minerals, and the Arctic then provides a 20% research. So we're going to be needing to find a good location that gives us a lot of those different bonuses. This is neutral declared war on DasTactic. Okay, so who was that? Don't know. Fire discovered down through here. Again, deals damage every turn. This is going to be inside the in through here around the volcanic. River discovered. Rivers are interesting. Again, like Gladius, they're going to sort of block your movement when you come to them. So you sort of need to work with them if you can. So we've got a river that's just running off the top there. Recycling tanks discovered. We saw them before. And so these are going to provide us with algae if we end up there. So you could play as human and then find a whole lot of things that are like this, like more voice affinity, which means you can then switch to getting voice technologies if you do want to. So it's very open in that sense. Water discovered. And I think that's confusing for players. So we do actually have like the start of like some sort of lake or sea there. Wasteland discovered back over through this other side, where we get extra algae from wastelands. So we've got that one through there, and then finally volcano discovered down the bottom through here. So block sight from non-adjacent tiles, and there's no building slots in a volcano. So that's what we're then dealing with. So that's all of the terrain that we can see at the moment. Well, let's go and grab the, keep on pressing WASD, I've got to stop doing that. So this is our movement range. Now I've got, we should actually look at the units. These are militants. And so these have got group size of 6, so you can see there's 6 units in there. Each unit will then sort of fire. So so that's important in the game, is to realise that the units that you have will do different sorts of things, based on the abilities that they actually have. Well, look, when we get into actual combat, which we'll be doing a lot of combat in this, I'll go through this in more depth. But essentially, we've got like armour of 4, which is actually reasonable, actually not too bad. Then we've got the hit points of 12. So this is the this is the amount of damage the unit can sustain before dying. So this is actually like 2 hit points per guy per unit in the stack. Morale is 6. Movement is only 3. So if you have a bit of a look at that one, we've got like 1, 2, 3 essentially. So we can sort of move them wherever that we need to actually get them to go. Now that red, I'm not sure what that red is. Haven't seen that before in the game. And then we've just got 1 action, so that's all we can really go and do. So I'm going to put it on the bleed and pick up that that cache. And all we got there was a trauma kit, and so now we're in the bleed. We're going to be taking a little bit of damage. If I go back and just select that one again. So at the moment we've got no action points. We've still got full hit points, but that's going to suffer next turn. And we now have a trauma kit. So select a hero before claiming the item or selling it at the concordant. So this one here is just going to give +6 hit points, which is actually good for a hero. So we don't have any heroes at this stage. Now, one thing I want to do is this one here. I can go, the engineers, I can go and build a city. Like I've got a few different things I can do with this one. So found city. I can also tune allied mechanical units for like 1 turn. I can also repair units if there was anything around. 8 hit points. So these are useful not just for building cities, but initially we need them for building cities. One thing I like to do is press Control Z or Control Z and just have a bit of a look to see what this then presents all of the bonuses that we end up getting. Now I'm not too concerned about the whether it's got 3 or 2 in what it has. What I'm looking for is to see where I can get the most bang for buck in terms of the numbers together that we can go and get. So for example, that's a 60 because we've got 40 plus 20. I've got another 60 down through there, but then it looks like we can't see what's on the other side. So it would be handy to see that. When we move as well, we can't actually get a unit to move there and then move to there. They only have 1 move. So I do want to get this because this one gives me a constant increase in minerals. At the moment we're going to -4, but that will change when we get our first city. And so in this case I've got like some 60s in and around here, which is actually pretty cool. I've got extra food there as well. Food, minerals, and this one's very tempting to put the city down at that location. 40's in there, 50 over there. So very, very good research all the way around this. That's pretty poor in the middle there. But generally that's actually not bad at all. Then we end up with food over that side. As we get across to this other side, we've then got 40s. That's actually very limiting where we are there. And then algae sort of starts to kick in back through here. But I'm thinking either one of these 2 slots would be ideal. And I've got to then think, do I actually move one of these units in to see what else there is around this, like move a unit, for example, down to there. It means we don't get to claim this, but because I'm thinking that I like the idea of getting the plus 10% food from this location here. And it really does set me up quite nicely, but I do want to know what's in here before I make the decision to go this way. I'm going to eventually be able to get it all anyway, but it's either there or there for me anyway. So if I go into, if I just press Control Z again, it's a really good way of planning. And same if you're playing Gladius, you can do the same thing as well. If I just go to the actual found city, it is actually suggesting that's that location there, which I'm thinking I will do, and I'll show you why this is a good one. We end up with less minerals, but food is going to be important for us. So I will actually go there even without knowing what's in here. So let's just go and do this. And that one ends up being volcanic as well, which is not bad. So we've used this one now to, we've got Hooktik in through here as a city name. I don't know if I can rename these. Scramblers? I can. In that case, guys, we have ourselves a DasDemption game. Just let me change the Twitch description here. because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if that was accessible or not. Now I've still got a couple of DasDemptions from the other day. Looks like we've got an ad break coming in. That's all right. We'll just click on done. All right, let's get into it. So yeah, so sorry guys, there is an ad break coming in 45 seconds. We'll just start working our way through the city itself and what actually happens there. So what I'll do is I'll just also, while I'm here, I'll just go and press escape and just do a save game, just in case anything goes wrong here. That'll do. I'll just call it Zephon 1. All right, and we'll continue. All right, so that way, if there's any sort of crash or anything, it's not going to really impact us all that much. Hi, Redshirt Wizard. Redeemed a custom reward. The red shirts, militants. Well, we don't have oh yeah, we do have militants still. All right, here we go. Red shirts. That's very appropriate for militants. So there we go. So if the militants get destroyed, Redshirt Wizard, actually, yeah, so yeah, well, no, it's Redshirt. Redshirt Wizard gets banned for half an hour. Boza Waltz is saying, actually, where did we get up to? We've got Grimlex saying, nice, Zephon time, glad to see it. And Monkey Strap saying, while I remember chat, Distant Worlds is 97 on CD keys if anyone wants it. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. That's so the Amiga Walrus is saying 97% off. Wow, that's actually incredible. The Amiga Walrus is saying the lore and art are top notch, but the voice acting seems iffy. Yeah, that's often the case with smallish teams with their games. Some of them are good, like in some games, but often they're not, are they? Like, it's sort of funny. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm just trying to think of some of the ones that actually do it very, very well, and it sort of escapes me a little bit. I used to hate Battlestar Galactica, the voice acting in that, but then when they did Battle Sector, the Warhammer game, the voice acting in that is unbelievably good. Like it went from being one game with terrible voice acting to one that was completely the opposite. Anyway, Baz 8 me is saying swapping tech is game changing. Stops you restarting when you get a bad starting location. Yes, it means we can adapt, which we'll have a look at when we get into research in just a minute. Yeah, I'll just keep on going through. Yep, so Boza was saying, Monkerstrap, that's 119 euros. You can't make a huge mistake by that, but isn't it a bit too complicated? Too much micromanagement, I think I remember. No, not Distant Worlds 2. Distant Worlds 2, you can set it up however you like. I'll be playing that tomorrow, by the way. If you're wanting to see, if you're wanting to get more of a feel for the game, the great thing about Distant Worlds 2 is that you can actually automate everything. So you just play what you want. So it's one of my favourite games, and I don't think it's a complicated game, but it's not overly complicated, and it's certainly immersive. So for me, it's an absolute. I just absolutely love it. Now, what else have we got through here? Sorry, go to the other side. And hi, Kat, how you going? So I hope my new processor can handle this game. I'm not sure. Well, certainly my fans aren't whirring away, and some of the more recent games that I've been playing, they have been. So actually, Chris is then saying, I like how in this game, as in Age of Wonders 4, you can spin the map around with the middle mouse button. Yep, it flips back, but at least you can sort of get a bit of a feel. In Gladius, you couldn't do that, I don't think. So you do get a bit more of a perspective if you want it, which is good. I think this is Q&E. No, Q&E keys don't do that one in this game. Okay, so hi Korosami, how you going? Love the scrambler bikes, yes. So I've got two of those, and Can't say I want to hear Mr. DasTactic talk with a German evil villain accent. I can't do accents. I'm terrible with accents. What says chat up for this is my favourite 3 DasDemption games to watch, Daz play. Okay, so Michael's saying, what says chat up for this is my favourite. Okay, yeah, so what is your favourite 3 DasDemption games? I think Dwarf Fortress has to be number one. It has to be number one for people. Korosami is saying, once my Distant Worlds 2 addiction has subsided, I'll give this a go. Love the post-apocalyptic setting. It's quite different and unique, but the cut scene at the start is really not helpful in understanding what's going on. They did that, I think, while they were developing the thought process of what the game is, and because it feels like there's a big disconnect between that the intro scene and what the game is actually like and what it does. It doesn't make a lot of sense when you play the game and then go back and look at at that particular scene. So Michael's saying I like airships. Yeah, this is for DasDemptions. So airships is great for DasDemptions. Xenonauts 2. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I was going to play that actually. I'm thinking as soon as I probably finish the current Age of Wonders game, I'm going to probably end up starting to do an extended series of Xenonauts. Armor Brigade 2. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's it's a surprising one to see in there as a DasDemption game. So Korosami is saying good VA really elevates the game, the voice acting. Are you praising the Emperor? Says Slobodan Tomic. This really does look like Gladius. It looks like it, but really plays much, much better than Gladius. Which as we sort of get into it, we'll sort of like when we start building roads and doing other things, and also when the world changes through terraforming, that will actually also be like it's so much better than Gladius in these sort of senses. So we've got a few other things now through here. It's not War in the East 2 complex, says Monkastrap. Yeah, that's a whole other level of complexity. So tomorrow when we do play Distant Worlds, I'm at the end, like towards the end of a war with the Daewits. We're doing fairly well, and we're about to invade a planet there. So that's sort of really what we'll be doing tomorrow, is trying to end that war, invading a planet, and then trying to stop the other bug factions from declaring war if we can do it. Tenerife redeemed a custom reward. So hey Daz, I want to be a city. That's that way it's harder for you to get that's the end of the game for us if we lose the city. So this is going to be Tenru. There we go. Tenru City. Done and dusted. So Korosami said, nice, looking forward to the Distant Worlds 2 Let's Play. I'm thoroughly enjoying this Let's Play of Distant Worlds 2. It's sort of funny, when you think that things are going to go slow, all of a sudden it sort of ramps right back up again. So we've got these Scrambler bikes. Again, we can sort of see that they've got like 18 hit points as opposed to the red shirts, which are only got 12. These have got 5 movements, so these have got extended movements. We're going to be able to use these for these are called scramblers, but they're going to be scrambling across wherever we need to go. They've got Overwatch on, which is fine. Maybe that was what we saw there with the red, because it's no longer there. I think it was to do with the unit that we had selected. We'll come back to that when we have different combats in through here. Now, we've now claimed that one because we've set up a location next to it. One thing we don't want to be doing in this game, like in Gladius, is moving off before we're ready. So we're just going to move up to here near the red shirts. And that's now exposed a whole lot of other things as well for us. So we're sort of now seeing the top of the map. And if we have a little look, we got so we did gain a trauma kit. Is that a second one, or is that the first one that we got? That's the first one. City discovered. Well, that's actually our city, and we'll come back and talk about the city in just a minute. And then we also got voice cache discovered. So we found a voice cache over through here, which will sort of be this purpley colour, a little bit like the bleed in through this other side. And so the voice cache, it will have a different collection of different things that it can actually have. So we can actually, it will sort of bring more voice type units if there's a chance of actually getting those in through there. And there are a few different other sorts of objects we can then get as well. So we'll definitely be wanting to go across and grab that. The river that goes there makes me think that you can see that there's a tree line up this way as well. So it looks like we've got more forest, and then it sort of extends across into what we think will just be water somewhere in around here. So this unit, still got one more unit to go, this scrambler. And look, I can grab this this Temple of Krelar, so I'll grab that as well. This is not quite on the edge of the map. Okay, we've discovered a group called the Hammerheads, which is back over through here. And so this is one of the, if we have a look at these units, these are essentially what we now find crawling around on the surface of the planet. So these are like a cyber, like a cyber flying unit. And if we have a look and see what they are. So hammerheads are powerful, were powerful if incoherent tools once provoked into combat that pick a target and batter it repeatedly with each blow, more powerful than the last. Perversely, when at peace, these machines were like robotic gardeners, specialised in eradicating the bleed of the voice. So it's a Zephon unit. So Zephon units are different to cyber units, and so Zephon is sort of like and this is sort of like an AI unit that's gone rogue away from Zephon. It's not controlled by Zephon anymore. So mechanical flyers tasked with capturing outposts and removing bleed. So they've got different weapons, different traits in through here as well. We'll have a look at that when we actually start to do the combat. But in this case, we don't actually have... Actually, we do have combat. We can actually hit it. Now, we're supposed to do combat every round. So I will actually have a crack at this one. Actually, I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'm going to be right back. So Bong's saying, oh, this looks so similar in style to 40k Gladius. It's certainly the spiritual successor to it, in the sense that the mechanics are pretty much the same, but the game itself actually does play really quite differently. Like it's it's sort of there's not. I mean, you can see with the zoom and that it's the same as Gladius. The map itself looks very much like just a slightly improved Gladius. I think that there's higher resolution with the game itself. But it's actually there's another voice cache there. God, we're getting a lot of voice caches here. There's 3 of them there. Well, we do actually have an attack. Let's actually talk a little bit about combat. Now, we're supposed to be doing combat every turn if we can. So, going through the units, we've got three in our stack. So 3 scramblers, 4 armour in through there, so reducing the amount of damage taken from weapons. We're not going to be counter-attacked at this point in time. We've got 18 hit points. We're inside this particular location, which we now have control of. We've got 6 morale. We've used up all of our movement, but we still actually have 1 action point left, which is in this case, for combat. Now, it's important to know what abilities you have with every single unit. So when you have a look at the minigun, you can see a minigun has got a combat ability there of 1.5. In fact, I don't know if I can, if I right click to show that in the compendium. Yeah, I can then go through and actually show what's going on here. So the damage multiplier, so we've got 3 times 1.5 is going to be, what's that, 7.5? No, is that right? No, that's no, it's going to be 4.5. So we're going to have 4.5 total damage going out. The armor penetration is 1. So it's sort of essentially you minus the armor penetration from the armor that the unit has got. The attacks, it's got 3 attacks, so you multiply the 4.5 by 3. So we end up with, what's that, about a 13.5 or thereabouts. Yeah, I think that's right. Accuracy is 6, so that means that only 50% of the shots will then get through. So each point of accuracy increases the hit chance by approximately 8.3%. But in this case, it means that of the 13.5 damage that goes through, we're going to be doing 6.75 is essentially the damage that we'll end up doing. And this is not there's no random stuff in it. This is exactly what we're going to be doing. And then the range is 2. Now, some units will actually have an ability where they either do more damage at close range or less damage at long range. And in this case, it doesn't matter because this is very simple to use. So in this case, actually firing at this thing is not really a problem. Now, if I press, you can see over on the left-hand side when I hover over it, it says show Alt to show the opponent attack. So if I go back the other way, They're going to do so we've got actually it says 5 there is the damage that we're going to do, but that'll come down to the armor of the actual unit. So instead of the 6, we're doing 5. So it doesn't have that much armor by the looks of things. If we have a look at the so if I press Alt, I can then sort of see what damage it will do back. So there's no casualties there. We expect 1 casualty when we actually fire at this thing. There's 5 units in the actual group itself, and so we do essentially 5 damage to the stack, which will then take out 1 of their units. If we press the Shift, we can then sort of keep this visible, which then allows us to go and have a look at the actual hammerheads themselves. And so when we have a look at these guys, and it is worth delving in and getting a bit of an understanding of how things actually do work. And so in this case, 5 units in the stack. I don't think we can actually sort of, I can show it in the compendium. Maybe I'll just do that while we're just looking at these things. So in this case, 5 group size. So when we do 5 damage, we're going to kill 1 unit. It's got 4 armor as well. So the armor penetration means that we end up, it's going to end up with an effective armor of 3 against our unit. 15 hit points. The morale in through there as well is high, and movement of 5. So it does move a long way. Its weapon is a laser gun, and so it does actually have traits. It's also a 1.5 multiplier. It's got a 1 armor penetration like ours. It's only got 1 shot per shot, but there's 5 units, so there's 5 of those will go through. The accuracy though, not like ours was only 6, theirs is 10. So they do 83% with their accuracy, and they're up to range 2. But they also have this trait down through here, which is laser, and you can see there applies low power to non-low power weapon for 2 turns, and so that actually decreases the damage after it fires. So it says there, the laser gun fires in a straight line from A to B. There's no bullet drop, no wind resistance, nothing. Soldiers used to complain that they took the art out of aiming. Luckily, we were still students here, blah, blah, blah. So it's just a bit of a summary through there. All right, traits, back and through here, it's restless, so keeps it's got unit upkeep in cities or outposts is going to be high. Not that it matters for this one. Tales of the Hunt, so it's got +2 influence on attack. It's a flying unit, so it's unaffected by terrain. It's a hammerhead protocol, so only attacks when provoked if neutral. So this means we could just let it go, but we're not built that way. We are more aggressive. We can capture outposts. So this one is interesting because we could just leave it and it won't actually do anything. Mechanical classification through there as well. So that's what we ended up getting for that particular one. But I think we'll actually go and start the process of destroying it, because we're supposed to be doing damage. Now this has been unleashed, so that the protocol of it not being aggressive has now changed. And so if we have a look at this thing again, we can then sort of see next shot we're going to be doing 2 casualties. And again, if we press the Alt key, they're only now going to do 2.6 because they've now lost 1 of their units. So, but they are now activated. We're also protected inside where we are there as well, but we'll have a look at that when we come to the next one. Now, we need to go back to our city. So the city, remember how we chose, if I just go Control Z in through there, we ended up in a location with 10 food, 30 minerals, and 20 research. So that's actually what we ended up with. The reason I like to find these for the actual city is to get as high as I possibly can, and 60% overall is actually very, very good, is that it does actually... it does give us, like inside the city itself, we then start off with a lot of bonuses. So we'll just go into the actual city. So let's talk about how this one works. Now, when it first comes in, the headquarters unit, you can see down through there, this is different to Gladius in the sense that the heroes are produced from the headquarters. They're not produced from a hero building, so this has been streamlined a little bit. So it produces heroes and generates baseline resources. And you can see through there, it essentially gives you 6 of all of the basic resources. But when we have a look at the line above that, above the tooltip, you'll see it's got the 6, 6, 6, then 7, and then 8, then 6, then 8, then 6. So the research is 8 because of the 20%. The minerals are up as well, up to 8 because of the 30%, and the food is up from 6 to 7 because of the 10%. So building in this location gives us a bit of a bonus. Now, minerals are probably really what we want to have as the one that we've got one more slot. I think we've got one more slot, or do we not have one more slot? No, I've used up that one. The other one we've got is a construction yard. And so you'll notice that this now has sort of changed completely. Like this is the global resources that we have available to us. And so the construction yard is also then built immediately. So headquarters and a construction yard are built. And so with the construction yard, we have production. We also have production through here. This is how quickly it sort of will then build buildings, and similarly in through here. So we end up with sort of like a good production for the actual city itself. Minerals, this is it's getting another plus 2.7 per turn. So we went from -4, I think it was, to now +7 with what we end up having. And so this is actually good. We've got 8 from there, 3 from there. This one's draining 2 energy. We're making 6, so the energy is only +4. That's sort of essentially all we have left. And then we're getting extra influence there, so we should be getting like close to 8. And you'll notice that there is actually like a decimal point there. So it does use decimals. Supreme Plague has redeemed a custom reward. Settle me up for one of the scramblers. Not a problem. I'll give you the one that's facing the enemy. Hang on, just go and do that one here. So, Supreme Plague. There we are. Okay, so Supreme Plague is now set up. We've still got one more scrambler if anyone does want that. Oh, Omega Walrus. Sorry, you're there as well. All right, we got none left. I missed yours, but I just saw it there. So sorry, I did miss that. So Omega Walrus. There we are. So all of the current group has now been named. We'll be getting more of them over time, but anyway, that's sort of where we start off. We'll just go back to the city itself. So we have different things we can do through here. So with the construction yard, we've got these are the different sorts of buildings we can sort of then go and build with the actual construction yard. I can clear a tile with the construction yard, so we can sort of just go and do that one. But I can then go and build a barracks, which will then allow me to produce militants and other forces. We've got a greenhouse farm as well, and to get more food, a mineral extractor. Now I've got to start thinking ahead a little bit as to what I actually want from this particular resource. The first thing I want to get is research. Is like pretty much the first of the buildings we're going to be wanting to sort of get our hands on. So I'm going to and we've got research all the way around. It's just there's no research there, but we've got research everywhere else at 20%. So everything sort of surrounding this particular location. This one's got a 30% minerals and 20% through there. If we have a look and see what these ones do, this one generates 6 food, this one generates 6 minerals, mineral extractor. I'm not going to be getting those so much. The barracks will actually generate loyalty of 2, so I'm going to be wanting to get that one fairly early, and so I need an area that's not really all that great. Now they've all got a little bit of a food benefit. The 40 and then the 30 and then the 40 there. So I've got good mineral. I think I'm going to have to go to one of these. I mean, I'm going to have to sort of pick one of these anyway, to be honest. But I'll just go with one of these where it's only got like 10% minerals. So we'll go and clear a tile. So I'm just going to go and clear that tile there. Oops, hang on. I should have done it. So rally point, opposition. That's the city itself, order the city. Am I right? Oh, hang on, I've got a left click. Nope, I can't do that either. Why can't I do that? Oh, sorry, I've got a acquire tile, not clear tile. Clear tile is for clearing out the bleed. Yep, so that one does remove... I do have ruins in there, I'm surprised. Oh, I've got to actually acquire it first. I'm going to acquire this tile. So it's going to take 2 turns. So we waste 2 turns. By not going to a 3 slot, we end up wasting the initial 2 turns. And that may be something that you need to then go and do. I can put different things to sleep. You never want to put your headquarters to sleep, but you can put things to sleep if you do need to manage the what's actually happening. But everything at the moment is actually working pretty well. We don't have any chips coming in, but that's fine. So now we need to choose research. And the way that research works is that for each slot that we then end up having, tier 1, tier 2, etc., all the way through, we need to get 3 of them coming through to actually sort of see what's going on. Now, this is like a filter. If I turn that off, these are common things that everyone gets hold of. So the research laboratory, for example, is the one that we actually do want to be going and getting. So we need to get that one fairly early because we want to be building this as soon as we possibly can. So these are all different generic type buildings. I can then turn on the various locations. So this is all the humans with the automated factory to allow us to get human vehicles, the commander, the fragmentation grenade, the iterant recruiters back into there for the barracks, which is give us extra production, and then sharpshooters as well, which is another human one for the barracks. And as we start to see through, there's a lot of human aspects coming back through. I can also then turn on the voice units, and you'll notice that we end up with just a few buildings for the voice, but none of the actual combat style. But the combat style for the voice will then start 1 tier further back. So when you start off as in our case a human faction, the voice is still available to us, but it's more expensive in terms of research. So if we did have the ability to switch, and if it was going to make more sense for us to go back and start to do voice things, we can actually go and grab them from there. And same with cyber as well. So we can start to sort of bring in either human voice or cyber units. We can mix them into our actual group. So it just allows us a lot more a scope of what we do, which I think that there was a bit of negativity around the fact that you could do that in the game, but it's but when you actually play the game, it actually does make sense because it allows you then to follow an expensive research path to then make sense of the benefits you may have with what you found. Like if we found a whole lot of chips, for example, we may want to deviate off and grab something that's going to help us in a cyber capacity. So that's sort of where that will sort of then kick in. Anyway, we'll close that one off, and so I think we're going to choose research. So the first thing I want to get is the research laboratory. So I'll just go and close that one off. It's going to take 4 turns for that one to come through. So we're going to ultimately have this location. We may get 2 locations just so we can sort of spread out and wait for the research to kick in. It's very, very important that we do that one. Just end our turn. Here they come. They're actually attacking us. We've got another group. These are the algalan worms. So shallow foundations. Is there anything you bellow over the thump of the engines? This blissful. I think it's just an intro. So anyway, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. So these have stayed where they are. Now the red shirts have actually they've still got all of their hit points, which surprises me. I'm going to move this one across to grab this voice cache. Now we triggered these. These are militants from the wasteland. So even though we've got militants as well, this is a bit like what we see through here, which is a Zephon unit that is rogue. These are rogue militants. We've got them down here as well. We really don't want to be splitting up our forces too much. So have a bit of a look at these guys. These are just range 1. So I'm just looking at that last little area there, showing the range. So I don't have to really worry about them as such. In fact, we can see there, that is the range. Actually, that's cool, actually. I like that. So we keep on doing more damage here. They'll run eventually. So we'll stay where we are. So they're down to just 2 units now. And these militants, we then have this as well. Now we're seeing a Zephon unit back over here, I think it is. We're still going to move from here, even though we've attacked. I might go down, that's a voice cache down that way. Yeah, let's go and grab this. Hungry Circlet. Okay, this is select hero again. All right, that's going to add to the damage that it can then go and do. We're not seeing much else down this way. We do need to explore, but we also need to be very, very careful with what we're doing. I'm going to go up to here and let these guys support each other. This is essentially the top of the map. All right, so you can see we've got calls in through there. So decline all coming calls if we wanted to, but there are calls coming in from different units. We've got Zephon. Zephon has got this location. There's actually a flesh tree there with a Zephon unit back inside of it. And so it's a warden unit, which are quite powerful. Like they've got 32 hit points. They've got different sorts of equipment. We can't really deal with that one just yet. So Zephon is not, we're not at war with Zephon. It's unlike Gladius where the world is black and white. Like it's everyone's against you. So as Brightwit's saying your red shirts are blue. Yes, they are. We can't actually, we can't change them, but the red shirts are the red shirts. So it's just because of our faction colour. So we'd have to change our faction colour to make that one. We can't edit that aspect of it. But anyway, that's where we are. So anyway, with Zephon, in fact, let's just go back through these again. Flesh tree was discovered back over through here, which generates food. And so that one's sort of like a food tree. We've got Whispering Whites. Now, Whispering Whites, I'm not sure what that is. Where is that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's in the wasteland there. These are like little ghost units. You sort of see they wander around the world and sort of cause morale problems. Hammerheads attacked Supreme Plague for 2.6. So we're still... oh, sorry, that must be the total. Surely we're not... that's red shirts. Red shirts are okay. The Algian worms discovered. We sort of saw them before. These are going to be sort of like mutants. Warden discovered. We saw that one before as well. These are very, very powerful. We gained influence by picking up that particular location. So we didn't get anything of benefit other than influence. So that sort of gives us a bit of a boost. Lost Elysium has been discovered, which will be like another location somewhere on the map. There it is, down this way. So again, that will be an area. So Lost Elysium discovered down that way. Gained the Hungering Circlet, which is a device that we can then give to a hero. And we then have the calls. And so what we've got here is Zephon is actually giving us a call, and because we've come across him first. And so there's three different groups that are sort of out and about in the world. So Zephon is more cyber aligned. And so if we go and accept this particular call, so hello DasTactic, we understand that you're calling about our current state of war. Please hold. You may call us Zephon. We're a collective of self-iterant, intelligent processes focused on improving the world. We're your best friend. We're your only friend. Our analysis determined that you're a suitable candidate to achieve our goal. You don't mind if we monitor you to verify. So we'll just go and click on OK at this stage. And so what this one is it's ambivalent to us at this point in time. So you can see down through there, the traits are standing with you is ambivalent and currently at war with us. So we are at war with it. The Chiefess as well is actually the human version of Zephon, and the Anchorite is the voice or the alien version of Zephon. So the game is called Zephon, but it's not really it's a minor part of it. But the Zephon is the super AI that was sort of built by humanity that went rogue. And so we've tested your capabilities ahead of plans redacted. We have enough. We have enough data now. Your powerful military has a major impact on this decision. So they're telling us why. We're fairly strong with the combination that we actually have. So we can accept peace. Let me be clear. I do not want this. I will hate you forever for making me say this. But yes, peace it is. Or reject peace. Peace, haha. This was, and so we actually can reject it or demand payment for the deal. Sure, but I got a rider and not just a basket of blue candies. Now, they're probably not going to accept that. In one sense, even though we're playing as a very, very aggressive faction, I'm thinking I will actually make peace in this instance because I need to just keep on exploring. So I'm going to get rid of the grey units first, so I will actually accept that one. So the two parties sign a peace treaty and cannot attack each other. So we'll just go that way. So it's now cooperative. Was there anything else we can help you with today? So we can swap things, offer gift, offer map exchange. They won't do this. But anyway, we could ask them for it. Demand tribute or end the call. We'll just end the call at this stage. It's too early for any of the other bits and pieces, so we'll just end our turn there. So we're losing a bit here. All right, so the red shirts, now they've actually now used their action point. So they've got no more action points. These are still in that white capacity. So their morale is dropping because they've got these whispering whites. The whispering whites will be there for one turn. So we can sort of move in against them. They're just using assault rifles, and this is again the benefit of what the militants have got. So you can sort of see down through there. In fact, if I right click on the assault rifle through here. So standard firearm for armies of the old world, and so it's essentially a lot of different units actually use these, but the attributes are it does just 1 damage. It's got armor penetration of 0, so these aren't very powerful. 1 attack, it's got accuracy of 50% and a range of 2, but it does have close quarters fire. So when it's up close, plus 100% attacks at half range. So the number of attacks goes up. So we end up with, instead of 1 attack, it's 2 attacks. So essentially, when it's firing at us, so if we have a look at this one through here and then press the Alt key, see how it's just doing 1.1 damage there, because it has to get through our armor. So it's very limited in what it can then go and do. If I go to, for example, if I do a right click on that one through there, it does 4.6 because we're closing the gap. If I, control is that is the maximum damage that we can do. I can't really sort of do it in another way. I do get a shot there, but it doesn't sort of show me what the shot would end up being. I want to go next to it because of the benefit we have with the damage we can then go and do. So very high damage, and then this guy here can just finish it off. And again, it doesn't have any. This one doesn't have any benefit, whichever way it goes. So this one here has got, like we've got the Restless, we've got Tales of the Hunt, Biological, Hit and Run. So soldiers and criminals have more in common, so it's got, 0 consume movement in action. So it means I can actually either move and fire or fire and move. Most units won't actually have that. It's also mechanical, and it does get road benefits. So it's on a road at the moment. So we're going to kill this thing off, and they'll both get a bit of experience from that one. Very simple, but they've now got those. So we've lost a little bit of hit points down through here with the Omega Walrus. So I can just go and sit him here, hold position until healed. I'll do that because we're not at war with Zephon anymore. This one has taken a bit of damage. We didn't get to kill off the other one. I'm going to move this one back because this one's also down to 13. Although I do actually have the voice cache here. Let's just see what damage these do. These do 2 damage, which is actually fairly high. And it does also splash damage and corrosive. So it removes armor and does splash damage per group. So this is actually one that we'll be needing to attack with our full force. So let's just go back away from that one, and we'll just get our collection of forces together. The city is now finished building this little area. Now I can start to build something else in here, but it's going to cost me, it's going to take too long. So I'm going to go back and clear another tile, and I think I'll clear, well, this one, none of them have got three slots. I'll go this way, this for now. We're probably going to need food more than anything, but anyway, we'll just exit. That's going to come at the same time as we can then sort of build the research. Okay, more units. So we're down to 15 there. We need to sort of rest this one to get the benefit. Just leave that one where that is, and I'll rest this one as well. If anything comes through, they will actually, these have been set to have Overwatch on, so anything that does move next to them is going to be, or near them is going to be hit. This is Abkulith in through here again. Pretty weak, usually with what they then go and do. They've got like a bite attack, but we'll be able to attack that one. It's just a melee attack that it's got. We'll just end our turn there. Okay, there we go. Got our research lab now. So it generates research. We'll select the next research project. We need 3 of these to move on. The commander is a human unit for the headquarters, biological hero that fights well and supports infantry units in battle. We'll definitely need one of those. We will need an automated factory as well, and this one does produce metal and research. So maybe we go that way first. We also have sharpshooters, which have got a range of 3, I think. Yeah, so biological infantry with anti... Yeah, look, what I'll do is... I'll grab the factory because we get both research and metal from this particular one, and it then gives us the outrider. So we'll go that way first. Alright, then we've got this. I'll just keep on sort of exploring up into this different location. Again, I've got to be a little bit careful about moving too far up. So I'm sort of staying in areas that will give me a little bit of protection, but it won't really protect me against melee attacks, it being in the forest. Tenru City has now got this one. Now we can go and add in the research laboratory. So we've got a we've got 20% there, or we've got a 30% metal, 20% research. So I think what I'll do here is I've only got 20% research no matter where I go. So I'm just going to throw it in here, and then we'll put the automated factory in here as well, once we actually get that one. So we're a little way off with that one, but that's going to then sort of give us an acceleration for the research. So I always find that a good way to go. So sorry guys, I'm missing a lot of the comments. Thank you there for the gifted subs there, Began. Very, very much appreciated. Thoratio saying I need something to distract me until Broken Arrow. Yes. Hi Battle Mode, how are you going? Sorry I missed you there before. Yes, so Battleman saying this Zephon DLC dropped pretty quietly. Is it adding anything interesting? It's sort of look, it's at this point it's still very, very early days. We're playing one of the new factions. I think any additional stuff. It's not like it's a whole new theme to it. It's just more of the same, I guess. It's just extra things you can then sort of go and play with it. Now where do we get up to? So Richard was just saying, how does the laser trait affect their weapons or the target? Essentially just means that they end up at close range. They end up with doing double the damage. Essentially, I think it was damage that was the factor that was sort of the key there. So it just means that I guess it sort of does double damage at half range. That's the important thing to know with using those particular militants. Anyway, let's continue on. We'll just exit the city and end our turn. Oh, hang on. It's now grown to 2 to 6. Now we have to be careful of the population here, because what we need to do is make sure that we don't end up in a situation where we can't expand the city. So we do need to also make sure that we can get expansion when we need to. We've got a total of 6 that we can actually have for the city. Like, it's a real waste if you don't manage that. But in this instance, that's all okay. Cyber Cache was discovered somewhere in the south there, so we've got extra different types of things we can get from those. And Forge of the Damned was discovered, which is this region. Again, just an algorithm for building this particular region on the map. We'll end our turn. So we know that that's hidden in there somewhere. It'll be, and there's another one. There's 2 of them that just wandered in. So I'm not going to go in without the others. I'm going to skip that unit for now. And we're going to, this unit is now back, so we're going to now move this one off. And this one's still healing. So it's up to 16 now. 15.7. So it's it doesn't heal super fast where it is, but that's enough. Next turn it'll be then done, and then we can sort of move up into this region and sort of scout all this out finally. We'll just end our turn there. Yep, there we go, a bit of reaction fire. And we got rid of one of them, which is good. It will then attack us. And there's no, we don't have any protection in the forest against melee attacks, but that was good. Okay, so red shirt is down to just 11 points, or 10 point. It's got 10.4 left. So we can do it like, because it's closed in right in through here. It's actually fairly good. If we just do the alt, it's only going to do 1.6 damage back at this point in time. But we'll get rid of another one of these. And from here, we actually can't see through the through the tree line, so we need to move up into here to then just get this final shot, and we'll get the kill there. If we've got this one as well, I'm going to move up into here because yeah, I thought that might happen. I thought we might get stuck with this one here. We're now stuck with this one. If we have a look and see what the alt is here, 2.5, 3.7 for the hammerheads. So we're going to still keep on going after. These are the hammerheads that we had damaged before. So we're going to continue going after them. So I can fire at them because they're a flying unit. If they were down low, the forest, we wouldn't be able to fire through the forest. So I'm going to finish this one off. Not finish it off, but I'm just going to do damage. Actually, that will finish it off. No, it won't. No, it's still there. It's going to try to run again, and then I can finish this one off. But the thing here is I want to make sure that I'm close within 3 of all of the, so from where this one gets finished off, 1, 2, 3, I needed to sort of be in that range to be able to then pick up the experience. So I wanted to move this one up to get the experience. So when we finish this one off, all 3 of these will then get experience. So all of them get the 1.1 experience. That was a little bit more high powered. And then by the time we finish these off, these will then come through. This one's losing morale because of the attacks on its friend. So it's down to half its morale, which is good. Which sort of affects what it can then do in combat. Yep. So the Abculus did actually attack us in through there, but we'll keep on sort of rolling forward now and just clear out this top corner. In our turn. Yep, so they're doing an attack. And we'll keep on following that that cyber unit back. So we're down to 15 again. 15 points there. This one can't actually fire at anything. Now there's fire in those ruins there. So there must be another volcano in the corner here. There's fire there as well. So we'll be wanting to get to that location, which should then give us the shot. Yeah, we do get a shot there. So we'll take that cyber, even though we're in the fire. Oh, we got some shredders. So this is actually where they've spawned us in a special little unit. So we'll just go across, and with that one there we can do more damage. And so there was a volcano that had erupted here. And then we can get the damage done there. And that's good. Everyone gets, and these have now leveled up. And so when they get to the next level, you can see they're now level 2. So this is the experience level of the unit. And so this one gives them, it should give them extra hit points. Yeah, so every level above the first increases the unit's hit points and damage by 5%, as well as the morale by 10%. So it just improves what they can then do with morale. So it goes up to 6.6. Their hit points go up to 12.6 rather than 12. And then the damage, I think, also improves a little bit. Actually, where was that? Hit points, damage. Yeah, the damage is part of the weapon, but we're only seeing it from the weapon's perspective there. So they do a little bit more damage overall, with being that higher level. So so they're all done. Now the shredder, this is the Cassiel shredders, which we'll have a bit of a look. We've got the what are they? So siding with the machines made more sense after watching a pack of shredders eviscerate the fleshy, meaty sacks of a dark Vasile. the buzzsaws tore away. So these are synthetic printers. So subunit for synthetic. Sorry, that's how they make them. Mechanical melee hover infantry that sustain their damage output at reduced group size. Okay, so they've got there's 7, typically 7 in the group. We're going to just sort of just wait and get more of them. 14 hit points, so two hit points per member. Only 2 armor, morale. They've got weapons here of the Shredder is a melee weapon, so it's only 1 range. It only does armor damage or armor penetration of 1. Does have 2 attacks, 1.5 damage, so it does a lot of damage actually. So that's actually pretty good, but very, very low accuracy. So and if we have a look at the traits that it's got, it is a hollow patter. Okay, this is okay. These are different things that can then have added to it. I think railgun roads gets extra movement cost on roads if we can get that research. Restless, yep, we've got tales. We get that because of who we're playing. Floppy Doodle saying Zephon is on Zephon. Tells the hunts we get +2 influence on attacks. Yeah, this is all research we can then go and get requiring technology. Is a hover unit, can move over water, unaffected by rivers and bleed, which is good. Mechanical, and also a swarm havoc. So +1 accuracy per missing group member. So it actually goes up in accuracy the less members that it actually has. In this case, it's only got 4 of the 7, and so we're going to set this one up to heal up. So we might as well get everyone sort of back fighting fit again. So that was the attack. We gained the shredders. Yep, and they were discovered as well. All right, order units. So this one here we need to heal up. We need to hunt that other one down, but we'll do that one fairly soon. Here we go. Zephon is calling again, so we'll accept the call. So we've watched over the world for decades. You'd greatly benefit from our vision. So accept map exchange. There are more lands to conquer, tell me, and reject map exchange. I'm going to accept it because it's going to open up parts of the world that we can then sort of start to see. So we'll just do that one, and we'll end the call there. It's pretty cool. Like, this is what I mean. Like, if we could get this, what we end up having now. This is so we can see that there's like a Zephon city up through here. So that's actually what we're seeing through there. I don't know if we see another Zephon city. So there's 2 Zephon cities, and one over this side as well. So we now we have a clear picture of what Zephon has got. So we could destroy Zephon if we could get to both those locations. Ultimately, we should be able to build up and then destroy this one. But it just takes a little bit of time just trying to get everything established. Just going through, rotten quarry was discovered back over through here, which is what they're using. It's a food quarry. Coaxial Canyon is a resource site. An Akron crash site. So this is actually, the Akron are the aliens, and so this is essentially like a crash site where they can, they've built this one around this particular location. And then finally we've got a desert that's been discovered as well, which gives you better energy. So we'll end our turn there. All right, so with the red shirts, we'll go and just change like this. Like we've got now like the snow is falling in the Arctic. I'll just go and set this one up for healing. We are on the fire there, but I'm going to move this one down to this location. Yeah, they're going to do a big attack, and that's going to hurt a lot. These are dangerous because of the corrosion that they have. If I go to there, I can still get the shot there. We gained extra algae, so we just picked up algae there. Now our chips are going down because of this unit back in through here. So we're going to need to get chips from somewhere if we're going to sustain this unit. it heals up faster in here. So yeah, so the chips are we are losing chips at a rate of about 1 per turn. Okay, we've now got the laboratory, which is going to mean that our research is going to go up a lot higher. So that's all fine. In terms of our resources, we're going to have to get energy from somewhere. What I think I might do, now that we've got that one, is grab, I'll be wanting to get the automated factory. I'm going to definitely need food. So I think I'm just going to grab a greenhouse right now. I'm also going to need a power plant, but back into here. Yeah, it's a bit of a nothing one, that one, which means I could grab the power plant from here. But I think I'll grab, even that one's, it's going to take us down a bit lower. Let's get the food now. So we'll exit that one, and we're not going to be able to do much about the chips. We hope that snow, says Red Shirt. Yes, it could be ash. There we go, got the automated factory. We'll select the next level of research. So we need one more of these, and I'm thinking that we either go for probably the commander here. So we'll grab that one. Really what we've got to focus on typically is the, what is it, the, trying to collect my thoughts into here. We need to try to get, sorry, we've got these different units. We need to focus on trying to get expansion. We need to expand our cities, and that means clearing out these locations. So I'll leave Omega where he is. We can kill that one off. Everyone will then pick up experience. And we've got this one down here as well. And I sort of want that one, that's now leveled up. I think I'm going to keep this one running, just for now. And we'll just get everyone just researching now. I've gone to 3 of 6, so we're now starting to get there. So we'll just end our turn. So we're now halfway through what we've got. Oh, that's good. It's gone down there. I think the Mega Walrus is the one that's actually the most damaged, I guess, of everyone. But can come through and start to do the damage here as well. Yeah, let's start to bring them down. Only got 2 stacks left in Omega Walrus's area, but we might as well get rid of this one as well. And that one doesn't quite get the kill, so I'll just leave that one where that is. This one will get the kill. So 1, 2, 3. That one's inside the range, so I can keep that one where that is. And then we'll just heal them up again. But that was good. That was 2 experience points for everyone. So that's important. We'll now turn there. Alright, so the commander has now been researched. We'll select new research. So now we can go across, and what we need is the habitation block will then allow us to increase our housing. The Hollow Theatre will increase our loyalty, which will be important in a little while. Corpse City's back and through there. Grants access to uncommon human items at the Concordant. We don't need to worry about that one. The really what I need is the engineers. Engineers from there. So before we can get another city, we have to get to that point there. So which means we've got 3 more to get from this other side. And really the habitation block is probably going to be the next one that we're going to be needing ultimately. The biomass generator. This one is trait for the power plant. This is plus 1.5 energy in the Arctic and swamp terrain. Actually, that's not too bad, but we don't want to go back there because we do need to get the engineers. So the engineers are our number 1 priority at this point in time. Habitation block. Yeah, this one just increases the housing. Again, we don't want to get to the position where we max out our population. We want to always be growing. And the loyalty as well will sort of kick in. I'll got Labour Union. Yeah, I'll just go habitation block. These are sort of these are boring sort of text, but they're very, very important. Okay, so then we've got the different units. So we'll allow that one to heal up. We'll allow that one to heal up now. And order the cities. So in this case, we now can get ourselves a commander, and so the upkeep there is okay. So we'll grab that one in 6 turns from the headquarters. So these are, like in Gladius, these are built at a special, you know, an area for heroes, like a hero building, but in this case it's just straight through the headquarters, which makes more sense. And I think the engineers are as well, which sort of keeps the cities more streamlined, which is actually much better than Gladius. Okay, so we'll just wait now for anything that's happening. So we're just healing up slightly. Now we're down to, still at 6 there. And this unit here, which is fully healed. Right, so we start to use it for a bit of scouting. There's something in there. So we'll just start to push out from this location. We need to find our next location. The city has now got the automated factory can now be built, so we'll go and build that in here as well, which gives us, there's a boost here for research and also for metals, which is what we get from the automated factory. So this will then sort of give us even a bit more of a boost. So we'll grab that one. And we have to be careful now with the energy that we've got. I'm sort of tempted to go back the other way, but I'll go up onto this location here. This is here we go. This one here is going to give us half a chip per turn. That's going to stave off the problems that we end up having with the others. Now, what's this group? This is Akron Zealots. So these are biological bleed walkers with crippling melee weapons and the ability to teleport between bleed tiles. Okay, so they've got a their weapons are that they use a phalanx in through here, which is a melee weapon, and also a seeker, which is also melee. So they're a melee unit that we need to deal with. So I can actually do a fair bit of damage to them. Now, they've already taken some damage. Actually, this is actually the anchorite. This is, I thought it was grey, but it's actually not. This is sort of like the pale blue colour. So the anchorite is another faction. So we've got the Herberus extractor discovered back in through there. Let's go and close that one off. The fog has been discovered. So there's a death trap. I'll accept the call. So this is the like Zephon. This is sort of like the equivalent for the alien forces. So merciful potent war divides us, yes, but to beg a moment. Okay, we'll just click on OK. Lifetime awaits answers now, so we'll end the call. So I now need to have an enemy because we've now cleared out the top section. So we'll just end the call, and I will actually attack it. And this one is now ready to go. These are also ready. So keep all of the forces together. And Omega Walrus as well. I'll keep Omega Walrus in with the others. I can actually move that one into there. I'll move that one across. There we go, we can see the edge of a city there. So we can't attack that one through the forest. There's more of them. Okay, select new research. So the next one we want is the Hollow Theatre to get the loyalty up. Loyalty is very important in the game. It's like a bit of a multiplier with different things. Now we've got this one as well, the Akron Zealots. Now melee weapons don't actually have, they just don't have Overwatch. So we can go as close as we like, but I might as well just stay back in here unless I can bring these up. That's that fog. Just have to move these forward. Let's do the damage. Then we'll grab this. That's going to stave off the problem we have here to a degree. We're still losing, so we've essentially now equalised the chips. So this is now an important location if we want to keep these cyber units. We're up to 4 of 6 population now. So yeah, we need to get this. We've still got 4 turns before this automated factory kicks in. We're at 4 now. We'll be at 5, and then we'll be at 6. So we'll need to sort of move to try to get the hab block in fairly soon. They've moved off. I'll chase it down. Won't quite kill it. It's now shaken. Just move that one across because it looks like that's the edge of their location. So I can get the shot there. I do want to heal this one up, so I'll just keep that one where that is. This one's 1, 2, 3. Actually, yeah, within range. This one's not within range. Just for getting the experience. So just milking the experience as we go. Actually, that was good experience. Another level up there for Omega Walrus. So we'll, Red Shirt's missed out on that one. I probably could have moved them up in hindsight. Yeah, I could have actually there. I should have done that. I didn't realise we were going to get so much. So, okay, so Mystica is in saying this world is twisted. I played Zephon when it was just a demo. I kind of held off because I own Gladius. Yeah, it's different to Gladius. I love Gladius, but it's and I'll happily play Gladius, but this is a bit more polished. I would love them to make a Gladius with this. I hope that they do it at some point. Yeah, there's another one of their versions of the same thing. But we're now sort of seeing like the edge, like a border here. Yeah, this one's not quite up to its hit points just yet. Now we can go on the bleed here, so I'm going to go and wipe this unit out. There's a voice cache in there. Don't know whether to keep on having a look through here or not. So okay, that's what that is there. Chiefess. This is probably the one that we do want to be friendly with. There we go. We've actually got ourselves another group. The Chiefess has actually attacked us in a fairly strong way from her city here. So we'll accept this, and we will try to make peace here. Okay, so g'day dead meat. Enjoy fighting my boys. See what you're sapping here. Blah blah blah. Just click on OK. And yeah, no, she's going to stay at war. Yes, we can't actually talk with her so much. Now, Supreme Plague is down to 10 points here. Then these Dragoons have got like a trait with the Abkliths where they have a melee bite, and then they also have a Dragoon Spear. Now, they can't move off just yet. So I'm going to have to bring a Mega Walrus in to lend a hand from that point there. Yeah, let's just do that. The Chiefess is the human equivalent of Zephon and the Anchorite. So they've got that one there. So we'll probably end up focusing on where the Anchorite city is and try to destroy that. Survivor's Bazaar, back in through here. Okay, the Abklith Dragoons. Now these are going to chew food, I think. Upkeep, a little bit of bleed as well. Sorry, algae. So a bit of food, bit of algae, and a little bit of metals as well. So Good Flay attacked Supreme Plague for 9 damage. Now we've got 11 at the moment. We've gone up a point. So if we get attacked again, well, hopefully Supreme Plague lasts and survives. It can be quite difficult, this game. Ooh. Hopefully nothing else gets close. That's okay. All right, we're there. We're okay. So Hollow Theatre. We'll just select the next lot of research. So we need one more from this group. Large flying mechanical hero that relishes in the death of her enemies. Orbital uplink. What this one does is produce human operations as well as generates research and influence. So this is actually a human building, which does allow us to then call in, like initially produces satellite scans, but which reveals tiles, which could be useful. But I think missile teams, these are biomech anti-armor infantry that need to be stationed for accurate attacks. So we've got scramblers as well. We've already got 2. So I'll go with the missile teams, I think. What's the other modifier for the restless? +1 accuracy on roads. Okay. River Port, we don't actually have one of those right now. We need an administration complex for that one. A mine layer. So we don't actually have those just yet. Corp Cities, trade for the Hollow Warlord. So this is specific for us. Grants access to uncommon human items at the Concordant. I won't grab that either just yet. The anti-armor grenades would be good for militants. We're going to need to get more militants as we go. We haven't got a barracks yet either. We've got missile teams. Yeah, I'll go missile teams in here. Just close that one off. So, cannot stay here anymore. And I've got to be careful. Like, if I can go into there, I can heal up a little bit faster. So we're going to need to come back and protect that. I think I'll take this. Just again, I've got to be careful here as well because there's more coming. So let's just keep everyone together. We'll chicken off. The city. Can't reach that one, so in that case I can just have that one heal up there. Just see what else there is. And then eventually we'll heal up at that location, and we just need to keep an edge out this way. Here we are. So we just and here we go. We've now got our commander hero. So the commander hero has got like 6 in the inventory that I can actually then go and have, and so we need him to level up as well. So start to bring him down past the cliff and then back out this way. The cliffs are shown with this dotted line. You can turn that off if you don't like it, but it's super useful. He has got a exoskeleton minigun, which has got a range of 2, and it also has a exoskeleton sword. So very much like a space marine. So he's got a melee again, which can't attack across the cliffs, but we'll just start to move him down towards the others. So he is coming. All right, order units. Oh, in this case, we start with the level ups with him. So eventually what he's going to end up getting is there'll be 3 of these. Take cover. So this is levelable. This is for self. So applies take cover to adjacent allied non-large units for 1 turn. So they end up with getting 10% less damage coming in. We've got this one through here, Never Surrender, which will give +2 morale to allied non-large units in the area around him. And then we've got the Aura of Discipline, applies accuracy. So at the moment we've only got sort of like 50% accuracy. That would actually be not too bad. So again, to non-large units, which is all we've got at this stage. Then eventually we can get Bombardment. So this is it deals damage on the map. Okay. So that's what he'll end up sort of bringing to the party, but I think we'll start with the accuracy, or actually the protection. Maybe the protection. We'll go that way to start with, and also we do actually have these which we can put in there. So trauma kit. At the moment he's got 32 hit points. I think I'll wait until I get one with lower hit points before we go and do anything in through that side there. Actually, the traits are negative 25% influence cost as well. Again, not dramatically high. And the hungry, this one applies plus 33% attacks if the unit was damaged this turn, which is possibly going to happen with him. They've got very good armor, so I might give him that, I think. Just drag it in there. It should. Yeah, there we go. With him selected, that's the right click. All right, we'll end our turn. Yeah, glad that we didn't see any other units. Yeah, your standing with the Anchor Riders increased because of your war with the Chiefess. Reavers were discovered, so these are fairly strong units that the Chiefess has got. Got the automated factory now in here, which allows us to now pick up more of the Outriders. Or actually, these are different again. Large mechanical transport with light equipment and excellent reconnaissance capabilities. We're going to need one of these. The upkeep is only metal, and we've got a lot of ore, and we've got a lot of ore. We can build. Now we're at 4 at the moment. So building back into there, we're going to need to get to the next rung as well. Well, I definitely need to get energy. And that is not the greatest location for anything. I've got now food coming in. And we will need energy as well. So I'll go to the power plant. 4 more turns before we go up another level. All right, 5 units to order. All right, so we've come across another group. So Neon Lockdown Zone discovered, which is this area through here. And then we've got Busters have been discovered through here as well. So these are Reaver units, like the Chiefess. And group size 5, armor 4, 10 hit points, so they're low hit points, morale. They've got grenade launchers at range 2. So doing 3 damage. Yeah, so fairly high damage and 2 armor piercing. It shouldn't really worry us too much. Alright, that'll be fine. All right, we'll close that one off. It's just a lowly old outrider. This is a voice cage back in through here. We will be wanting to pick them up. I just need to protect this unit. Is really what we have to do here. I think what we'll do is just stay where we are, just heal everyone back up. This one is actually able to go off, but I don't want to open the door here. Bring that one through. I'll just skip the turn here. Order the city. So we are going to need to, well, we can get an outrider here right now. I think I will grab that one. Exit the city, end the turn. Yeah, Red was the thing I said, haven't been killed off yet. Not yet, but it will happen. Sorry, just going back to. I've missed a lot of comments here, guys, on YouTube. Oh, maybe not that many. What did we get up to? Hi Trucker, how you going? How's the DLC looking? It's good. It's not adding major things to it, but it's it's just really just adding more content of the same sort of style as what's in the base game. Yep, playing the new Human Warlord faction. That's right. With the biker gangs. Love that they added tier 1 range units for voice. Playing the early voice game without range units was so painful. I haven't played voice actually I don't think I've played it ever. It doesn't resonate with me. So Adrian's saying a strong woman where have I heard that in before? Yeah, and saying yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Now we'll just go and end our turn there. It's scouting and moving off. Doesn't like what it sees. We're going to be getting the engineering unit fairly soon now. But we definitely need to heal up here. I could go back to the city to heal up with Supreme Plague if I needed to. Look, I'll stay where I am. You stay where you are. You can now move off. Grab that one. Oh, what have we got here? Dark for Seal. So these are group size of 1. No armor, massive hit points, 8 morale, so very high morale. This is going to chomp through my algae, I think. Actually, it's not too bad. Large biological creature with a horrifying attack that reduces enemy morale. Okay, this is cool. So we've got one of these now as well. So we're picking up good stuff with everything we do. So we'll leave that one. We'll let that one heal up as well. So we've got a lot of healing that we need to go and do. This unit. We'll I'll again just stay on that point there until we need something. All right, so we'll select more research. Now we can go and get the engineers. So we need this to get our cities. So unit for the construction yard, so we'll just go and grab that one. Again, I like that, actually there's the construction yard there, building for construction yard. We've already got a construction yard. Just go and close that one off. If we have a look back in the city, see we've already got one construction yard. We can get multiple of them to make building the areas in the city a bit faster, but we've still got 2 more turns to generate the power plant. I can queue up acquiring another tile, and I think I'll acquire this one here. Yeah, I'll go that way. Yeah, I'll just queue that one up. This one can now be moved off. So Supreme Plague is going to survive this. Now the Busters have attacked us and done a fair bit of damage. get all of them there. Now we know there's another one back in the other side, so let's just move this one across into here. Oh, there's another cache there. It's another voice cache. Dude, we're finding a lot of voice caches. Let you heal up as well. Just get everyone with the experience. Again, we're sort of trying to milk the experience as much as we possibly can. Get you to heal up, and we've still got another unit back in through the other side through here. This is recycling tanks, which will give me algae. And turn there. And that's the Chief Des attacking just a independent there. I like the complexity now of the I mean, not now of the game, but like in comparison to Gladius. Wow, that was. I'm glad that we didn't have to face that. Like there's a unit plus the city, and that would have destroyed Supreme Plague if that was the case. So we'll keep it going. We now need to heal this one up. So we'll heal, yeah, we'll just keep on healing up through there. Okay, that was good. We picked up a heap of energy there. So we're going to be hit with these. Do damage against those. Oh, here we go. Zephon's calling. Okay, what do you want? We've watched over the world for decades. You would greatly benefit from our vision. So we've got a map exchange. I'm going to reject it because they're not going anywhere. They're not getting bigger. So they like us because we're at war with the Chiefess. Tenru is now grown to the point where we now need to be managing the growth, which is 4 more turns, unfortunately. So this is actually, oh sorry, that's the population required. When do we grow? It grows in 7 turns. Not going to quite make it, unfortunately. Not going to quite get there. So we're going to have some time where we don't get the hab block up, while we're like, so our growth will then be stagnant for a short period of time. So, but that's just the way it's going to have to be, unfortunately. Advanced human cache discovered. Where was that? So that's sort of more what we were looking for. This one here. So we'll exit the city and end our turn. Now that was I'm not sure what that was. So we had the Busters attack, and I think that was Zephon sort of scanning the world. Yep, so we're getting close to the Zephon city. That gives me everything that I need there. Still healing up everyone down this way. Because this one looks like it's now back. Let's move across. Good, it'll level up there, which is great. And in this case, we'll go with the Aura of Discipline. So we really want him in the middle of different forces. This unit can still move off, but I'll just get it to heal up. Ended our turn. Ah, we're in the electrical field. That's going to impact these. Actually, no, we shouldn't be. It should be okay. Enough chips. Yeah, the arc discharge. Anyway, we'll just end our turn there. So we've got a swamp has now been discovered as well. Engineers now complete. That's good. We'll select new research. Now we can sort of go forward or go back. We've got the cyclone tanks, large mechanical anti-air with good armor and many upgrades. So that's sort of like the start of our tank forces. But I think we now go back. Yes, ability for us. Applies horde mandate to allied units on tiles in target area for 1 turn. Yeah, I won't worry about that one so much just yet. Okay, let's go back. What else do we need? If we have a look at the sharpshooters would be useful. Fragmentation grenade would also be good for the militants. We haven't really sort of started to do anything with those just yet. The biomass generator, that would be extra generator for the power plant. Expedition outfitter. Get more there. That would not be bad as well. +3 research. Actually, that's a good one for us. Let's grab that one now. I'm going to get that one in 1 turn. We might as well just keep on sort of getting a lot of those from the early tiers for now. What are we going to pick up this time? This one here is a +3 morale for self. I don't think I'll worry about that one so much. Oh, I could have fought this one. Didn't even think about that one. Yeah, we got a shot there. We'll take that with the red shirts. It's not much, there's a lot of protection on that one. Okay, Supreme Plague is also back up and running again. Yeah, I should have finished that one off there. Not going to get the kill. What's it going to do back? It still won't get the kill back either, actually. So we've got 2 of them left. Let's just keep on doing it. It'll probably now run. I'll leave that one where that is. And here we've got our own outrider now as well. So that was just a small lake that we saw at the top there. Not very big at all. Alright, so we can grab ourselves an engineer now. But yeah, we've got everything we need there. We need to get the habitation block first. And loyalty is -2. So we really need to get that fixed as well. So I'll throw both of those in there. And then we can finally get an engineer. So it's going to be a long time before we can actually grab this one. The automated factory, I'm just going to put that one to sleep. Actually, we're still getting some benefit there, and we're doing okay here. So I'll leave that one. We still get the research and the minerals, even if we don't do anything with the outrider. So I can put it to sleep there, which means we're not going to. It's not going to ask us to keep on building units. And yeah, we'll just continue on. We'll end our turn there. So it's gone down into there somewhere. Oh, okay, here's one of these mined things. Very much like Gladius. Got specimen containment now, so we get +3 research per experience gained. Per experience gained when killing a neutral unit. There we go. So we'll select new research. Administration complex generates influence. This is another important one for us. Actually, where's the what we do need is the expansion. Urban sprawl, the acquisition range. We definitely need that. So we'll grab that one. Again, we're being scanned. So with this one here, it's a Dream Eater. This is like the ones that sort of you know, cause you problems back in the other one. So this one has got like a mind break, and also Jagged Circle, which is more melee. This is going to impact our. God, I'm glad I moved off these guys when I did. So this one here has got a range of 2 heavy machine guns, so we'll go and do that from there. So we'll get its first shot in, which will do a lot of morale damage, but it won't really matter that much. And now we'll go a bit crazy. Red shirts can come up. This will be worth a lot to us. Bring all of these in. And we'll stop it from running by moving this one up. So do damage to it. This is good. So Guillotine XZY is in saying, how is this game? It's a great game. It's it's very much like Gladius if you play Gladius to a degree. It's a little bit different, but it's yeah, if you've played Gladius, it's similar in a lot of ways. But different. Similar but different. But no, it is good. It's very much a combat-driven game. Yeah, where the combat is quite important. They can be unforgiving. All the games that the studio makes are you've got to be quite defensive and actually make sure that you've got support with everyone that you're going in with. I'll just move that one around. This one I'm still really concerned with. I'm going to move that one out of the way. Just look, we've lost way too much damage there, so we'll just bring this one across. We might actually head back the other way now that we've sort of explored all the way everywhere around us, so we can then start to look at the next city, but also to take on the Anchorite. So redeemed a custom reward. Almost forgot to join the Russian roulette to get banned. Do you have a preference? We have we've got the 2 scramblers have taken along with the militants. We do actually have a few ring-ins. So we've got these Abkalith Dragoons. Actually, the commander can be named if you want the commander. So Sev 82, you generally take admirals and generals and things. So would you prefer that one? I'm guessing that would be the one. So I'll just go and do it. So actually Began's saying, do I have a guy in this game, or is this a new start today? This is a new start with this one. So so Began, you also don't have one. 782. We're not building anything as such just yet. We do actually have this one as well, which this Dark for Seal can be renamed, but I don't know how good or bad it is, to be honest. Like, it's just got a single lava cannon back in through here at range 2, which is a horrifying one. So I'm guessing it's like a lesser one of these Dream Eaters. So just go that way. So 782 is slowly sort of making his way across. Let's just end our turn. This thing should try to run, but it's not going to be able to. Oh, no, it can run. Okay, so it can run that way. Yep, that's the Zephon unit, which we're not at war with. So we can chase it through. So it's actually down the bottom here. And we have the lava cannon here, which is a ranged weapon. Now, it's also going to get a reaction shot against us. I'm going to let it have the reaction shot this way. Now, there's actually a cyber cache there. Interference protocols. Well, someone's going to have to go in and take the first hit here, I think. I'm still not seeing past into the fog. The fog is a problem. I'm going to have to use this one here. Began has redeemed a custom. I'll take the Shred of the Dark Ugly thing. Okay, but before we move in that case, the Dark for Seal will be Began. Began lost so badly yesterday that he won a game for himself, which was fun. Now that will get a reaction shot. The morale is, yeah, that was okay. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, they can both get there. I'll send in this one for now. Supreme Plague. Can't quite get the damage. Does that one have a shot now? No. Can't see into the fog. Oh, we get a shot there. That will clean it up. I really don't want it running any further. So I need to be 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, Sev won't be able to get there in time. But this one can. You can get to there. And red shirts can also get into the action. And then that will kill that one off, and everyone will get a lot of experience here. And we should actually end up seeing a big increase to our research here as well. Lots of experience, lots of level ups. Great start. There we are. All right, that was good, except for Sev. Sev didn't get the benefit of that one. Okay, we'll end our turn there. What have we got there? Gained interference protocols from that location. Yeah, we've got 2 more to get the urban sprawl. Still building. So we've got things queued up in through here. Habitation block. We're going to be... Yeah, we've got 5 population, 1 more turn, and we get 1 more turn there, which will then get us to the 6. So that's going to work out well. And then we'll... our loyalty is getting worse and worse, so we have to manage the loyalty. That's actually very, very important. Richard's saying, can we see the full info for Began's unit? Yep, sure. So this is a voice unit. So not all who hear the voice can comprehend it. Not all who come back from the edge or not alone. It's better to come back like this, a bag of aggregated human systems and minds, or not at all. So it's actually a whole lot of humans together. What must it be like to be in there? So it's a voice unit, large biological creature with a horrifying attack that reduces enemy morale. So it is just it's essentially like a big bag of humans that eat things. Weapons are a lava cannon through here, which is range 2, and horrifying here. So the traits are negative 2 morale to attacked enemy. Nothing special in through there. It is agile. That's interesting. Reduces movement cost in ruins and forests. I would have thought the opposite, to be honest, with that one. And then we've got the large in through that other side. We can get a lair for it if we research it, but we probably won't really need. Probably won't do that in this sort of case. And it's got a very minimal upkeep, which is interesting. So it's not very powerful, but it's very interesting. There we are. So it's got the blue arms and legs. Can we get a better look at it? Yeah, there we go. So that's it there. A whole lot of humans, a bag of humans, of mutated humans. It's big and tanky, yeah, says Redshirt. It certainly it got the job done there, which is good. This one here needs to heal up again. I'm going to send. I can't really do much with this one here. I'm just going to let it heal up. Red shirts need to heal up now as well. Healing up. Everyone needs to take a little bit of healing, except for Sev. And this one just need to get out of that terrain. Okay, and turn there. Okay, we've got 6 units that can move off. Let's heal this one up. That one's ready to go. Just start to work our way through this forest now. Begin's up to 51 hit points. The Obelisk Dracoons, I don't think that they can move in. If we have a look at what we can actually do here, we can have one cargo, which I think is going to have to be the red shirts. So let's move the red shirts up just so we can sort of go inside the Outrider. Pretty sure they can't. Oh, it says they can actually. So the Dragoons can actually go onto the into those. Okay, that's good. Commander can also do that. One's still healing up. We'll just let the one heal. Leave that one to heal as well. We'll end our turn there. So our city is now at maximum size, and we are building the. It's no longer maximum size because we've been able to build the habitation block. So select new research. This now allows us to go outside of the area that we were. We've got 2 of these. We've got combat medics, biological infantry that can heal and buff biological units. This would be very, very cool. So maybe we rush for that one. We've got the Crusader battle tank as well. So we just need one more from here. Reaver Immigration. This one improves to. I think I'm going to wipe out the Chiefess. Round of fire. Ability for missile teams. Gives them better accuracy. The Cyclone is a anti-air, which we don't need just yet. Performance broadcast. So this is ability for the Hollow Theatre. So applies performance broadcast to allied units. So +1 morale each turn for each Hollow Theatre in the city. Horde Mandate. I have to remember to then play it, so I'm not going to do it just yet. The Collective Conduit, so +2 energy on tiles with a Hollow Theatre. Okay. +2 energy on tiles with a hollow theatre, which is actually just accidentally what we ended up getting. It's a trait for the habitation block, but you need to have a hollow theatre on the same tile as it, which just happens to be what we're building. Like if we, but do we want to waste energy, waste that one there? Another construction yard would sort of keep us moving things a lot. Doom spiders, +2 accuracy. Yeah, let's go to the construction yard, I think. Because it's just funny, because what we ended up doing here is in this area, we've got the habitation block, but plus we're also then building the hollow theatre. So they're both together. And so that one would actually give us more energy, but we're getting +4 at the moment. Everything is not too bad in terms of what we're actually constructing. This group can now go into this location, so we can now carry them along. Claim this. We haven't checked all this out yet. Let's just start to sort of expand in through this other side as well. That beacon, there we go, there's the city there. There we go, there's the Akron remnants. And we'll end our turn there. Okay, they moved towards this location. Yeah, we've got water all the way through, so we can't get through there. So we have to go around the other side for this. Got more fog back out this way, which comes from the anchorite, and more fog there as well. Well, let's move Sev up. Oh, there we go. That's it there. I wondered where it was getting to. It can get to there. These, can these actually do anything? Outpost, bleed walker. Yeah, suffers no damage when in the bleed. So, in fact, that's actually good for it. So we'll just move that one across into the bleed area. The city should attack us. Beacon can't get there. Actually, Beacon can do the damage here. Now that's going to kill it off. But again, we want everyone as close. 1, 2, 3. We may be able to get there. Yeah, we can. That's good. So that way we get the red shirts and also the outrider to get the experience. Just a little bit in there. That's good. A couple into our turn, and I'm going to have to actually start to wind up, guys. So I've got to go for a swim. Go down the beach. Oh no, we're dead. We're dead. All right. So luckily, no one had that one named. It's interesting. There is actually an avenue through there. So, so we've lost one unit. This one doesn't walk on the bleed, I don't think. Yeah, no it doesn't. There's more coming through. I'm sure there was a unit that was in there. This one should be a bleed walker. It says it's not. reduce its morale, which is great. I'm going to take Sev into the fog. So what does the fog do? Fog blocks sight from non-adjacent units. Yeah, it's got a movement cost penalty as well. Deals damage to enemy units each turn as well, so it will do a little bit of damage to Sev. And again, we can get everyone killed there. So we need to bring this one up. Good. Good experience for everyone. That's great. Did we get a level up for the commander? No, we didn't. Oops. Now, he's cooperative, offer peace. No, end call. We'll keep on going for it. They're going to be able to cause a fair bit of damage to us. We're probably not really strong enough to take on this city, but we'll see how we go. The cities can do a lot of damage. Just going to try to sort of wipe out all of the units around it. We do need to get better with what we've got, to be honest, before we really do this effectively. But we'll continue in. So I think the next one it will attack will be Began, which will only do 9 damage actually. So having someone there with such high hit points is going to be fairly useful. So I was saying, how many factions does this game have? It's 3 basic areas of like the humans, like the aliens, and then the cyber. So you've got those 3 different types with. God, how many is it now? 9, is it? Is it 9 different faction groups? I'll finish up now anyway. So just let me save where we are. Save the game, and I'll just go back out to the main menu. If I just go into new game, so the actual groups we end up having is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 of them. And so they've either got human affinity, like these sorts of guys, they've got cyber affinity, or they've got voice affinity, which is sort of more humans working for the aliens. So you tend to be sort of either playing like cybernetics in through this other side. Some of these will also be that one there is a cyber affinity back in through this other side, just where where humanity is embracing cybernetics. The Hollow Warlord, the Fallen Soldier, these are very much just raw human, sort of trying to sort of get rid of everything on the planet. And then you've got these sort of like unusual voice affinity type units, which are more sort of alien and trying to embrace the you can see there the tentacle arms and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So being St. Tuesdays, we should build my lair next time, so I can be amazing. Oh, it's just no, sorry, that's different again. It's all right. Just close that one. Sorry, the game. I thought the game crashed, but it wasn't the game. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. And sorry, I did miss some other comments from YouTube. Yeah, so how did you go to truck saying the Abkalith Dragoons can actually tame those Abkalith? Yeah, so don't need to kill them. Just a one-turn conversion to make them your own unit. Yeah, I haven't actually played with the voice at all, actually. I think, or maybe I did just at the start. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you. Well, tomorrow we'll be playing Distant Worlds, and I will continue on playing this game. This will become a one that we try to do at least once a week. So I'll I'm trying to sort of do that with the game, spread them out a little bit so that they're not all back to back to back, but also try to get through them as well. That's why Distant Worlds, we're sort of like a fair way into that Distant Worlds run at the moment, which is pretty cool. Still very, very tense, which is great. Anyway, I'll catch